In my previous two videos, I have shown how to combine Excel files in a folder in an efficient way, as well as how to do the same for CSV files. If you haven't seen these videos, go check them out. But today I'm gonna just continue on improving the way how you can, in a more efficient way, load your files with the columns that only you require in your Power BI model. So first of all, let's have a look at this Excel example. So here's location of my files. I have went to the location, then I have removed the columns that I don't need. I'm just keeping two that I need. So I need second column because I'm care about the date, so I want to preserve this and allocate to each row within the file. And next step, as I shown in the previous video, I'm showing how to get the content from those Excel files. And so first of all, I'm getting the date right. As you can see, I got the date column now, and then I'm expanding my file, right? And this is what I wanted to show you. As you can see, I've got a number of columns that really, let's say, they either don't have data, but it's in some instances they do have data, but I don't need it. So let's say all I really need at the end of the day is the first few columns, right? So I have loaded them, I've expanded them, and then I only selected what I need, or I removed the columns that I don't need. That's the typical steps of the beginners, right? Then maybe more advanced person can, at the previous step where we are expanding, expand only the columns that they need. So instead they can expand and select just the columns that they need, right? However, it's still not the best practice, because you can still do better. What you really want to do is you actually want to stop those columns to be loaded right at that step where you are extracting the content. And today I'm going to show you how to do that. So let me create a copy of this. I'm just going to duplicate this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use additional formula before Excel workbook. So that formula is table select columns. So I will select columns before I actually expand my content and before I am at this step here, right? So for this, what I want to do, I want to create a list of headers that I want to load. So I have copied this list here. I'm gonna call it headers Excel. For now it's still table, but I can convert it to a list by just going transform and select convert to list. Here's my list. 5 columns is all I need. First, I just wanna disable the load because I'm not gonna need them in the actual data model. And now I can improve this formula here. I can start typing table select columns. Okay, so first argument is the table. And this is going to be the whole formula is going to be my table, and then I need to provide the columns. So you can hard code the columns right in here, but instead I have created a list, so I'm just gonna refer to that list. And that's it. At that point, all I'm loading is just 5 columns that I really need. So it is a little bit more efficient. So when I'm going to refresh my Power BI report, I will only be loading data for the first 5 columns. Imagine you've got hundreds of those Excel files, and each of them is in a big size. There's going to be a significant amount of um, power and processing required on Power BI side, right? Here I'm just limiting what I need at the very start. And from there, we can continue improving our query. So those steps are staying the same, but what I want to get rid of, all these use cases where I'm hard coding my column, list of the columns names. So first it's this. Um, Instead I want to use headers Excel. And I no longer need this. See, the beauty of this method is the fact that it is more efficient from the processing perspective, right? As I already mentioned, that's my number one goal was. And second, I don't have to repeat myself and hard code my headers in other places in the query. And in addition to that, I'm actually in a control of what columns I'm loading and working with. So if I ever need to update it, I can just go here and add new column or remove the existing column or modify the column. And I'm gonna show you the same steps for CSV files, but there is a slightly different approach. The reason for this is because the formula that we are using is different in how we are getting the content from CSV document. Again, how I have written this formula and why is in my previous video on how to combine CSV files together. If you haven't seen it, go and check them out. But yeah, let me just show you how you can improve this. So again, I'm just gonna create a copy of this. Okay, let's create another list of headers. Now it's for CSV files. This is the columns that I want to load. There it is. Now let's transform it and convert it to list. Here's my list. Disable it from loading to the data model. And now let's modify the CSV files to query. As I mentioned, these steps are slightly different because we are working with a different formula here. So the formula that we're going to be modifying is CSV document. CSV document has got optional argument 2, which is columns that you can mention what you want to extract from the file. And let's add that. As I mentioned, less experienced person could have hard-coded them right in here. I prefer to do that by using a list. I think it's a lot cleaner from readability perspective. And if another person picks up my PBIX file, they can easily see that I'm actually using headers in those lists here. Okay, here's my data. And now at the step where I'm expanding data and hard code it, and where the names are hard coded, I'm just gonna replace that with my list. And that's it.